In this video, we're going to look at sound recognition on the iPad and iPhone. With sound recognition, our iPad and iPhone can continuously listen for specific sounds, such as a crying baby, a doorbell, or even a siren. When it hears these sounds, it'll notify you. This is an accessibility option. Let's see how this is done. Let's go to my iPad and iPhone. We're first going to look at this on the iPad, and then we'll look at it on the iPhone. So now how do we set this up? Well, basically, as I mentioned in the introduction, this is an accessibility option. So what I need to do is go over to my Settings app. This is where I find all of my accessibility options. I tap on it, and then what we do is we go over to Accessibility. From here, what we need to do is swipe up until we find Sound Recognition. Now, this was introduced with iPad OS 15 and iOS 15, so if you're using an older version of iOS on either one of those devices, the iPad or iPhone, you will not see this option. So now let's go ahead and tap on this and see the different options we have. From here, the first thing that we need to do is we need to turn it on. We can see that mine is turned on. Once it is turned on, it does take a few minutes, but once it is turned on, you're going to see sounds here. Now, before I tap on sounds, you're going to see that I have the number 3 here. What does that mean? Well, that means that I have 3 of them enabled. There are more than 3 sounds that the iPad recognizes. I just have it listening for 3 of them. So this is how you can see how many it's listening for. To view all of the different types of sounds, all I do is just tap on this, and now I can see all of the different types of sounds. I have alarms such as fire, siren, and smoke. I also have animals, and then I have household, which includes appliances or car horns or a kettle, glass breaking, and then I have people. Each one of these has individual settings. In other words, what I can do is I can set what the sound is that will play when it hears one of these sounds or recognizes one of these sounds. So as an example, let's go with fire here. When I tap on this, I can turn it on, but then I can also set what type of sound it is going to play, what alert tone it is going to play. And we can do this with each one of these. So then when the iPad recognizes a sound, you can have it play a different alert tone for each one of those sounds. So that's basically all there is to it. Once you turn it on, it does continuously listen for those sounds, and then it'll alert you. Let's see how this works on the iPhone. Basically, it's the same way. Let's go over to my iPhone here. What we need to do is go over to our Settings app, and then, just like with the iPad, we go over to Accessibility. Under Accessibility, what we need to do is swipe up until we find Sound Recognition. When we tap on Sound Recognition, we can see that mine is turned on, and again, it takes a few seconds here, but it's going to download all of the sounds that it can recognize. Now, in this case here, I do not have any that it is listening to or listening for. To set it up, all I have to do is just tap on this, and then from here I can tap on any one of the sounds that I want it to listen for. So let's go with fire. I tap on fire, I turn it on, and then I can set the alert tone. Once I do that, the iPhone will continuously listen for those alerts or those sounds, and then it'll alert me or notify me when it hears those sounds. So that's how we use sound recognition on the iPad and iPhone. With sound recognition, our iPad and iPhone can continuously listen for different types of sounds. These can be smoke alarms, sirens, a baby crying, or even animals. You can even set it up for your doorbell. So when someone rings your doorbell, your iPad or your iPhone will notify you. This is all done through the accessibility settings. So you need to go to the Settings app and then go to Accessibility and then swipe up until you find Sound Recognition. From there, you just turn on which sounds you want your iPad to listen for and what the alert sound is going to be when it hears one of those sounds. Once you do that, it will continuously listen for those sounds. So that's how we use sound recognition on the iPad and iPhone.